eSIM Studios, another case review for the S25 Ultra. Got the Spigen thin fit case. So, very popular case. It's kind of evolved over the years. I do have some very important information you're not going to want to miss on this. Says it's specifically designed just for Samsung Galaxy. Thin fit, been a classic case that really a hallmark, a staple for their company, and a classic design that's look, they've had thin fit for basically every flagship device for probably 10 years. So this is one of their more popular cases. Now, why is that? Well, that's because it's thin and provides protection. So getting into this case, so interesting construction. As you know, we have the most extensive case reviews here on YouTube. I like to go over everything, right? So these are a little longer than the typical case reviews on YouTube because this is what we do. So interesting construction. It is TPU and it is polycarbonate. So the TPU, as you can tell right here, there's a thin, let me see if I can get a good focus. There's a thin layer, you can see where the construction is forged. So it's polycarbonate on the back, hard PC plastic polycarbonate. There's a little bit of flex, not a lot. And then basically on the sides around the border of this case, the bottom half is the polycarbonate and the back, and the top half around here is the TPU. So a lot of case companies, when they combine polycarbonate and TPU, what they'll do is just this back panel will be polycarbonate. This is a little different and unique in that the polycarbonate, the PC actually comes up, wraps around the device 360 degrees, comes up and then halfway around the frame of the device. You can see where they, Jesus, I'm having some focus issues. You can kind of see where they mold it together right there, that line. It goes all the way across. So that provides a little more stiffness, a little more rigidness in the fact that it resists the flexing of the case. Now, it is TPU all around the sides, which makes it easy to put on, which makes it easy for the device to go in and out. It also provides drop protection because this is a little more flexible, a little more cushion for dropping the device. Is my music playing? There we go, sorry. So let's look at the cutouts here. You got S Pen, you got speaker, you got Type C, and space for the microphone at the bottom. Here you have the power, volume down, volume up. Now these are not grooved. These are not individually labeled or punched. Case review that we did yesterday had a grooved power and then a flush volume down and then a one dot on the volume up. This has none of that, so just keep that in mind. And then you have the cutout there for the microphones up top, and then cutout here for your sensors. Now it is raised slightly, so it's not just a flat flush cutout. It is raised to give your sensors a little extra protection. Now it's only raised where the three sensors are at for these three. It's not raised for the two on the right side, as you can tell right there. Let me grab another case and I'll show you what issue I ran into. They did not send this to me, by the way. I purchased this with my own money, and I will leave a link in the description box for this case if you're interested in it. But let me grab another case and I'll show you kind of the issue that I ran into. Hang on. Now, this is MagSafe compatible, and we will test the charging. They put a very, very thin ring magnet in there, and I have a wireless charger here connected, and as you can tell, connects there really nice and easy. We'll test it out here in a second. Here's the issue I ran into, and now I don't know if it's an official issue, but I'm just explaining to you my experience, right? And that's why I actually use these cases before I review them. So most people on YouTube just get the case in the mail. They take it out of the box and slap hit record and throw it on their phone and talk about it. But we don't do that here. I actually use these cases for a few days and then do the review just for this example. So when I had my S25 Ultra in this case, it got hot. So a little background information. I used to love ThinFit, Spigen ThinFit, right? Bought it for every single device. I had, like I mentioned at the beginning, this ThinFit case dates about 10 years ago that they've constructed it, produced it, and sold it. I previously purchased this for every single device that I had. Now, I stopped buying it maybe 4 years ago because it made, I forgot what device it was. Maybe it's the S10 Plus, something like that, right around there. It made my device hot. So whenever I put it on, my device would get like overheated. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And I figured it out. It was the ThinFit case. So I stopped buying them, right? I just stopped buying them. And I thought, well, shit, let me give this a try. It's been a while. Let me go ahead and buy it, and we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm kind of having the same issue. So as you can tell, just a flat inside, right? Look at this. Look at these cases. So here's another Spigen case. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL. See, it has grooves in there. Here's another Spigen case. This is for the S25 Ultra. You see how it has grooves in there? Here's another Crave case for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. See how it has grooves in there? Well, this does not. Now, when you put a case on a phone, what you're basically doing, you're not only protecting your phone, right? Because that's the main purpose. But it's basically like putting a jacket on your body, right? So in the cold weather, you put a jacket on, not really to protect yourself, but to make yourself warm, right? To hold in that heat so it doesn't go anywhere. Well, this is sort of like putting a case on. It's sort of like the same thing. So these cases here not only have grooves just to, kind of stylish and kind of look cool, but its main purpose is not to look cool. Its main purpose is to keep the phone cool. It's actually, and it's very small, but the hot air actually travels in these channels and helps dissipate, get rid of that ambient heat or that radiant heat that's built up from with inside the device. Even something like this with Crave, right? Those channels let the heat go. When you have this on, there's nowhere for that heat to go. The heat stays inside, right around in your phone, inside your phone and in between the phone and the case. So that's the issue I was having with this. Now, it wasn't so bad to where, it was hot to the touch, or it wasn't so bad to where my phone gave me a notification saying, hey, it's overheated, you need to turn it off or whatever. Because every now and then, in the summer here when I'm testing outside, I'll get those when it's 105 outside. But I wasn't getting those notifications where it told me to turn my phone off, or it told me I couldn't use my camera. But it was hot to the touch. It was noticeable, and I have not had that issue with any other case that I've put on this phone so far, just this. So I'm just giving you fair warning. If you purchase this case, just make sure, whether it's from Amazon or from anywhere else, make sure you have a decent return window, and make sure you test it, throw it on your phone, and that not only for this 25 Ultra, but for any phone, right? Any phone where the Spigen ThinFit case did make my device, I'm going to say hot, but it did warm up. So when I noticed it immediately, I took it off and put another case on. Nothing happened, right? Or it got cooler, right? It did not get hot. When I put this back on, it got warm again. So when I took it off, it cooled down. So fair warning, it is nice. It does look good. Let's throw it on there. But I just wanted to warn you that, and look, every case is different. And I don't mean that literally, no pun intended, but like every application is different. Meaning like, this maybe made my phone warm, but it might not make yours warm, if that makes sense. So I'm just putting that out there, just fair warning that that is a possibility. But if that's the case, just simply return it. And that's probably what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably going to return it. I just don't feel comfortable leaving it on there, especially if you leave the house or you're going to be out of the home or you can't change your case. You know, nothing's worse than going out of the home and your phone overheats and you really can't do anything about it. So it sucks. But anyways, let's go ahead and throw it on there and see what it looks like. Goes on nice and easy. Really nice. Is a black looking color, black phone. So it matches this S25 Ultra perfectly as far as the color, as far as the style. Not real it's not really a fingerprint magnet, fortunately, which is nice, and it does look nice. It's a nice thin case you can put on your phone, protect it, and know that you are going to be protected. So as you can tell, cutouts are perfect. You would not expect anything less from Spigen. Been making cases for forever, and no issues with cutouts there. As you can tell, there's the speakers up top. And it looks very, very nice. Now, screen protection. Look at this. So all the way around, 360 degrees, you got screen protection, right? And it's a decent amount. It's a lot more than your regular or average thin case. This does protect your screen. It does come up off of your display a little more than the other classified thin cases, right? So let's look at these sensors here. So the raised material on here does come up and over maybe 1/2 millimeter up and over those sensors. Not a lot, but just enough so where if you lay it on its back on a flat surface, not going to scratch your sensors underneath it if you move it around, like on a kitchen counter or a dinner table or a desk. You should be fine. Now, if you're outside in a public park, you know, some of those benches are the pea stone or gravel stone, or the benches that are concrete. I wouldn't trust it. I would not put this on its back on a stone or concrete bench or surface, because I don't think that's enough raised material to protect your sensors. There's actually more raised material on the display, so you'd probably be better off laying it face down in that certain circumstance. But regular desk, home, office, studio, you should be fine placing it on its back. Let's see here. Let's test the S Pen. Perfect. Nice big cutout. No issues there. Let's test the buttons. No issues there. Nice and clicky sound. Sorry, I had my fan on in here. So overall, nice case. Just beware of the overheating, right? Again, wasn't severe, but it was enough that I could tell the difference that there was a temperature change. So let's test the wireless charging here. Let me move this a little more into the camera. There we go. And we'll give this a test. Again, does have the MagSafe in there. It does label it right here on the box, MagFit for MagSafe. Okay. It says plugged in, so let's give it a try. There we go. As you can tell, charging. So does enable, it says MagSafe 2. Or wireless charging 2.0 magnet. So this case will activate wireless charging 2.0. It says this Spigen Thin Fit MagFit mobile case requires use with a Samsung Galaxy S25 series mobile phone to be a compliant 2.0 device. The wireless 2.0 ready logo is a trademark. Okay, blah blah blah, whatever. So it will enable wireless charging 2.0 in here. So that's good news. And as you can tell, let's see if it's fairly sturdy. Let's turn this sideways and see if it'll keep it on there. Upside down, sideways. So it's a decent magnet. I wouldn't shake it, but it's not coming off if you go sideways or whatever. But it comes off rather easy, but whatever. Anyways, That'll do it for this one. If you got any questions whatsoever, hit me up in the comments. I check them every single day. And let me know if you have this case, if you have it for the S25 Ultra, or if you have this case for any other phone. I don't care what it is, iPhone, Android, whatever. Let me know if the Spigen Thin Fit makes your device warm or hot when you put it on your phone. I want to know if this is like just me, or is this a common thing that's, I haven't really talked about that on this channel at all with this case. Of course, I haven't purchased it in a few years, like I mentioned, but now that I have it, please let me know in the comments, has this case got your device running hot? And I will see the results. So appreciate the time. Take care. And as always, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.